There was King Jeroboam, First Kings chapter 14. Probably can start about 12 though. But 14 is where I'm paraphrasing. Um King Jeroboam was told he was gonna get the kingdom after David, Well, after Solomon. But with Solomon the split ended up happening, but eventually it was going to go to Jeroboam. He was going to make Jeroboam king of him. He gave him most of the tribes, left a few there. But Jeroboam kind of took it upon himself, like he didn't really. It was like a lack of trust. It was like a lack of trust because instead of him letting like for Passover and Pentecost and Feast of Booths, Israel has to go down to Jerusalem. So he felt that since the split happened, if they go down there, they're not gonna come back. So he tried to get involved and say, well, nah, y'all can keep the feast here. Built a temple, gave them started his own priesthood. They end up getting into all kind of foolish idolatry, all kinds of mess because of that. And the Northern Kingdom end up, just spiraling from that point. From its inception, it end up spiraling, and comes a point with Jeroboam, all this foolishness. The Most High's it's time. It's time to Most High finna bring out that bill. And it starts with Jeroboam's son. Jeroboam's son is very ill. And Jeroboam tells his wife. And sisters, y'all gotta, I know you gotta listen to your Lord. You gotta listen to your husband, but you gotta listen to God. You gotta know where your husband is. Your husband obeying the Lord, even as a leader. Because you the only one that know. Like the wife, really the only one that know that leader. Is he really what he's portraying himself to be in front of the congregation on the Shabbat or on the videos or on Sunday service? Is he really the wife? No. But anyway, he tells his wife, "Hey man, go find Ahijah, the man, the prophet that told me I was gonna be king and I would rule over Israel. Go find him and see if he can help my son. Take this bread, take some wine, take some groceries with you to try to butter him up." And by that time, Ahijah was very old and blind. But the Lord had already told him, listen, man, Jeroboam is sending his wife down here to try to ask you about, and they done put on a disguise. You can't hide from the Lord. That's a lesson there for you. I don't know what you doing out there. You doing out there in the world. You hiding from the world, but you can't hide from the Lord. You can't hide from the Lord. He see you. And really that's what matters. A lot of us fear man more than we fear the Lord. We fear the judgment of men more than we fear the Lord. But he's already warned that the wife is coming in. She's gonna be bearing gifts. She want to know about, can her son get healed? Can you ask that the man of God, the prophet, to ask the Lord to heal her son? And when she gets in there, she hears a terrible message. She receives a message I wouldn't want no mother to hear. I wouldn't want no wife to hear. But the prophet tells the wife, for as soon as she walk in the door, I know it's you. I know you here inquiring about your son. I know Jeroboam sent you. I got a message from the Lord for your husband. It started out like, your husband he's been more despicable and abominable than all the kings before him, than all people before him. The more despicable things. I promised him the kingdom of Israel, and he didn't follow in the steps of his father David, his forefather David. He didn't follow in the steps and obey the commandments and statutes of my word. Instead, he tried to do his own thing, make his own priesthood. He gonna put up his own sacrifices, make his own temple, then serve these other deities. For that, I'm wiping out his whole descendancy. Anybody that descended from him, whether they a slave or they free, I'm killing them. I'm going to destroy him. I'm going to destroy his name out of existence. You came here and you inquired about the child. I'm going to kill the child too. The child's going to die. The child's going to die. And not only am I going to destroy his descendancy, it's finna happen right now. It's happening as we speak. And another king that's going to rise up, he's going to be the one to kill him. The next king that I've chosen, he's going to be the one to destroy your family. And again, I know it's a harsh lesson, but it's in the text for a reason. It's in the text for a reason. And again, like, one of the lessons I did prior, don't get in the Lord's way. Fear him, do his commandments, and trust that he's going to deliver on his promises. This was a lack of faith, lack of trust that spiraled Jeroboam into making his own priesthood and doing these abominable things that end up getting his whole descendants killed. All of his descendants end up getting murdered because of this. Because of his disobedience. And then he said this thing about the child. I know y'all like, oh man, the child. He said, man, the child was the only good. The Lord said the child was the only good thing. Only good thing you had going. The only innocent thing you had was that child. And so that child will receive a proper burial. All of Israel will mourn for that child. But the child gonna die. But the rest of y'all, you're not gonna receive no proper burial. Dogs are gonna eat your flesh. You're gonna die and dogs gonna eat you, and vultures are gonna eat your flesh. You're not gonna get the benefit of getting a tombstone and getting buried somewhere where people can mourn you. Nah. Die a terrible death, and dogs are gonna end up feeding on your flesh. It's not your Sunday school lessons, not your Sunday service lesson, but a lesson nonetheless. Don't play with the Lord. Fear God. Keep his commandments. And you can't butter up these prophets. Not a true prophet. See, a lot of times you'll see people handing these folks envelopes because of what they want to hear. A lot of y'all getting into witchcraft and tarot card readings and sending them folks money, getting into these abominable things because they are itching, they're scratching your itching ears. And they telling you what you want to hear. But what you need to hear is what the Lord literally told you. You need to hear it exactly the way he told you, because you not following them instructions could cost you your salvation. I pray this thing was edifying. Y'all be blessed. Shalom.